this and you want to say, well, what is the difference between these people who tell us to do this stuff and promote these clickbank offers and the people who actually make money, right? And I know there's a big school of thought out there, and if you guys have heard this term before, tell me, right? How many of you guys have actually heard the term that you need to get quote unquote buyer traffic? Like your traffic needs to be made up of these people with lots of money and big giant credit cards that are ready to buy things, right? How many of you guys have heard that? If you've heard that, type buyer traffic in the box. I'll go ahead. I want everyone to participate. This is a fun webinar. We want everyone to participate. We want you guys to have fun. We want you to learn lots of stuff. So a lot of people have heard that you have to have buyer traffic, or you got to have this buyer traffic. Now, what if I told you there was a way to make money even when people don't buy? And I'm not talking about AdSense, because I've only made about $200,000 with AdSense, which is a very small portion of my income. But I've made a lot with other things, and it has nothing to do with selling stuff to people, right? Very, 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 very important. I'm going to see what's going on with my screen sharing here. I think my little timer maxed out. There we go. Okay, is everyone still seeing my screen? Should have a 0000 on the screen with my fancy guru picture. We went through a lot of trouble to make this guru picture for you. I mean, you know, if you're going to be one of these gurus, or if people say you are, you got to look good, and you got to have, you know, the collar to prove it. So what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about blogging. We're going to talk about money. We're going to talk about how to find markets where people actually do things that don't consist of getting credit cards out, but you get money. How many of you guys think that if you could get paid like $2 every time someone got a free tip about how to mow their lawn, you can make money, right? How many of you guys think that? You're like, yeah, if people like actually want to mow their lawn and I gave them tips on how to make them mow the lawn, I could probably make some money. All right, check this out. So we got this word smiley. We got smiley faces here, if it decides to load. There we go. So smiley faces text. So like 22,000 people a month are looking for smiley faces text, right? I mean, how many of you guys know how to make a smiley face with text? If you know how to do it, make one in the box, right? Make a little smiley face. Okay, cool. We got lots of smiley faces. See, that just makes me so happy to have lots of smiley faces. All right, I'll show you an even cooler one, right? You got to do it like this. This is the cool looking smiley face. Right, did everyone get the cool looking smiley face? There we go, okay, cool. So we look at this and we say, okay, here's all these people looking up smiley face. Now, how many of you guys are like, okay, yeah, Marcus, I get that lots of people are looking up smiley faces text, but how do you make money on that? Or how many of you guys are like, how do you make money on that, dude? Seriously? I mean, did I come to this webinar to learn how to make happy faces? Or money? Now, how many of you guys want to learn how to make happy faces and money? Right, if you do, type happy face money or happy money. Face money or something, right? Face money, that sounds like some kind of Facebook thing, but you know, either way. So here's the deal. I found all these people just like we did now. And I found this site, and I remember to myself, I was thinking, what can I do to profit on this niche? Number one, it's not buyer traffic. It wasn't buyer oriented. And no one really knew how to profit from this niche at the time. There was nothing out there. But I thought to myself, again, write this down, right? Write this down. With all this traffic, I need a way to profit. So what I did is I set up another simple little site and directed these them to these little mouse cursors. I thought, okay, these MySpace people, you know, they're into baseball and music and whatever. They might like to change their little arrow cursor thing to like a music note or a baseball bat or, you know, whatever, like a skull or whatever they like. And so I did. And I sent them to these cursors, and they actually paid me $1.85 a download, just to show you that this stuff works today. Let's do cursor. And we'll show you on OfferVault that it actually is there, right? And while we wait for that, let's see here. Spencer says, this is a good question, Spencer. So before we get into this, Spencer says, everybody that came through the OfferVault email list understands all of this. Well, they don't, but they understand some of it. None of you guys want to answer the $1 million question. while selling us these CPA tactics. How do we get into the CPA networks? I promise you, Spencer and everyone else, I will answer that question at the end of this webinar if you stick around. Who's willing to stick around? Right, and here's these people actually looking to download the cursor. This is like 250,000. All right, back to our story. So here we got this cursor stuff, and I said, with all this traffic, I need a way to profit. So I set this up, and I did these cursors, and I did background images and everything like that. And again, within days, it got traffic, and I made $300 a day. Imagine, I want you to close your eyes, unless you're driving. If you're driving, keep your eyes open. Close your eyes, and imagine that you just set up a site. You didn't really know if it was going to work or not. You're like, I hope it works. And tomorrow morning you wake up and you're making $300 a day in profit. I mean, that's more than most people make per year if you do it yearly. Right? That's like $100,000 and some odd thousand a year off of one little site that did this thing, right? So I kept making these sites, ranking them and getting money. The important part to realize is that you can make profits by creating a simple blog and a simple niche and letting it do its thing. And you can just check on it from time to time. How many of you guys, if you could set up a blog like 4 years ago and still have it rank and still have it make money without touching it, you'd be like, yeah, that's cool. And every guys would be like, yeah, that's kind of cool, Marcus. I like that. I like to set something up and not do anything and get paid. That's fun. Check it out. Here we are, 2013, searching for the word hospital scam. I want you guys to look at the #1 ranking, this ranking, and this ranking. What do you guys see? Right? And Kirk says, is this your site? I'm going to let suspense happen. Yeah, it's my site. That suspense totally sucked, but yeah, it's my site, right? Is everyone with me there? Right, and here's the site. I set it up in 2009, right, 2009. And it's ranking, still, it's ranked #1. And it makes money, like I actually get checks every month from this site. And I want you guys to pay close attention. Pay close attention to the description of the site. Hospital scam. This is an example of a WordPress page. You could edit this page, put information about your site. I haven't even changed the site. Right? It's still like basic.